What's in here? Let's see. Want to come?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put this here.
Okay.
Here, let me take the sweatshirt off the back.
What is it?
What is it? We are going to dye some eggs. Let's go see what the other kids are doing. They're coming in too. Come on, guys.
I'm getting their aprons off.
Woo! You ready? Do you know what you're doing? You don't know?
Doing cupcakes.
You're making cupcakes? You get 1/4 of the cake. What about you? Do you know what we're doing?
We're making cupcakes.
We're gonna decorate the cake and we're gonna color the eggs.
Even the better. Okay. It's in our spot.
Hi guys, so we are doing some things, I guess for Easter. I don't really like to say that we celebrate Easter. We celebrate like Resurrection Sunday. That's where our hearts and our minds are focused on. So I'm not really, I grew up without any holidays at all. I grew up Jehovah's Witness, and I really didn't like that I didn't have any holidays. So I guess we as Christians are finding our own paths as to what we want to do for each holiday, and we have different traditions and stuff, I guess, kind of, that we do for each holiday. Some that I could take or leave, some that we don't do all the time, some that we tend to do every year. And I know that this post or this video or whatever might be a little controversial, but I thought that I would take a video of what we're doing this year and talk a little bit about what we're doing this year and just see how the Lord grows us over the years and shows us different things. I know this year I really am feeling drawn to know more about the Passover and to know more about how like Jewish tradition, you can tell that I've already been working with it, Jewish tradition would have been as far as the Passover, and I think that I would like to include that in future years. I am not mentally or physically prepared to do that this year. Today is Friday, also known as Good Friday, and last night we had a really nice night. We ended up putting on some, at first we started off with some kids music, different I don't know, different songs or whatever, they're Christian songs, have like the hand movements and that type of stuff for the kids. So we did that, and then we listened to some worship music and we sang along with that. And then we listened to like this, if it was considered a documentary or what it was considered, but it was I think it was like 35 minutes, something, I'm not quite sure, around 35 minutes, where they were in the Holy Land and traveling like the steps that Jesus took, and the kids actually really were enthralled with this. Like those places are still there, and I found it really just amazing to see like their reaction to that, because you don't, I think sometimes as we know that those things are there, but to actually see them is another thing. It's just like when we went to the Statue of Liberty, like everyone knows that there's the Statue of Liberty, but to actually go there and be standing there like at the Statue of Liberty, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm here at the Statue of Liberty. I think that was almost a moment like that for the kids, that they're looking at this like Jesus actually walked up those steps. And so that was a really precious time that we were able to have last night. And we probably will do that again tonight. Some of the younger kids are watching a cartoon that is based on like Christ's death and resurrection, because we're not celebrating the fact that Christ died. We're celebrating that he rose again. Because if it was just that Christ died, then there's not a miracle in that. Christ died and after 3 days rose again, and he prophesied his death before he even died. All these things were prophesied in the book of Isaiah. A lot of the things were prophesied, and that to me is just like incredible. So I know some traditions, like we have some traditions in our family that we did do that I really didn't know what, where they came from or what happened. So I guess we've kind of like made it our own, if you want to say. For instance, like years that we're home, when we did a Christmas tree, I didn't really know what a Christmas tree was from. Back then when I first was learning, like I didn't research all that type of stuff. I just told the kids that the Christmas tree was from the Garden of Eden. There was a tree, they ate off the fruit of the tree, and I explained those things to them so they knew that there was a reason for the birth of Christ. The same with some of the things that we do here. We actually are doing 2 things with the kids today, maybe 3. Every year we always do an Easter egg hunt. My mother-in-law, she did one years ago, and the kids had so much fun. The little boys, they were only like maybe 3 and 5, and she did one, and I'd never seen one in my life. I grew up Jehovah's Witness. I didn't grow up around a lot of people. Please stop doing that. I didn't grow up around a lot of people and a lot of different traditions. I just kind of, I didn't know about those things. Those things to me were wrong. And I didn't even like look at them because even doing that was like wrong. And so that's the background that I'm coming from. And then I see the joy in my children doing certain little fun things. So some of those we do not, some of those things for us have, impacted us. So we do not do the Easter Bunny. We do not have, years ago we did the Easter Bunny, and years ago we did Easter baskets, like years and years ago when the kids were younger. I don't think that my younger kids even realized that we ever did that. But we chose not to do that, just like with Christmas, we don't do Santa. So, but the things that we do, we have kind of our own things that we do. We do the Easter egg hunt, and the biggest thing and the most exciting thing about the Easter egg hunt is we have resurrection eggs. So we hunt eggs, and we put the resurrection eggs in with that hunt. Maybe I'll show clips of that at the end of this video. And I show, then we all sit down and we tell the story as it unfolds through the resurrection eggs. If you've never seen resurrection eggs before, I will link below what resurrection eggs are, so that you guys can take a look at them. It basically tells the story of Christ's death into his resurrection. So it's pretty, it's actually pretty powerful because they have these tangent pieces that the kids get to hold on, and they really enjoy getting each piece that they have. And one of them is just an empty egg, and it's representing that the tomb was empty. And so everyone kind of is like, oh, am I going to get that egg? And they get all excited and whatever. I think that eggs are a good representation for fertility or new life. And I think that we have new life in Christ. And that's something that we should be celebrating, is the new life in Christ that we have. So today we're just doing a couple of fun projects. We are going to dye some eggs, and then I will take those with us to some of the places we are going. So what we plan on doing for Easter is we're going to get up early in the morning, and we're going to do a sunrise service, which is actually at sunrise. And that's about an hour away from our house, and we're going to do that at the Lubeck Lighthouse. And so that's going to be pretty cool to do that. It's one of our favorite places to go. It's really peaceful there. The lighthouse is really beautiful. It's actually the easternmost point of the United States. And that's kind of a cool fact. They had some really pretty trails, like up along, all along the ocean side and stuff like that. So we're going there. We are blessed to know I guess you call him the lighthouse keeper, and the groundskeeper and his wife and their children. And so we are going to be having like a breakfast after the sunrise service there. So we will get to meet up with some friends we haven't seen in a while. And yeah, so then after that, we're going to go over to my son's house and he will have like the main meal, and then we will bring like side dishes to go along with the main meal, and we'll also bring some desserts. Somebody just gave us 2 cakes, just plain cakes like this. And as you know, most of us are trying to be gluten-free, and we're gonna do another video about that, and how things have crept back in, and how we're feeling, and how just our bodies have reacted and such. So I have 2 of these cakes that were free, and I am going to, so it'll be my son and his wife, and then possibly her family, so which are not gluten-free. So we have 2 cakes like this. I just have a bunch of various spring type decorations here. I move that over and you can't see it. Spring type decorations here that the kids are going to be able to, I'm going to give them each like a 1/4 of the cake for the younger kids. They'll get to decorate a 1/4 of the cake themselves, and then so that should be fun for them. And then they're going to do some eggs. So there you have it. Come along.